Hey guys, it's Lori Seeley, functional medicine health coach. And this week, um, I know I told everybody that I was going to be here around 11 o'clock, and here it is 11:29. It took me forever to turn my computer on today. Oh my goodness. And every time I thought it was turning on, it wasn't really. There were a lot of updates that happened when I turned it off yesterday. And then today, like, I don't know, I guess weird stuff was happening. I kept thinking it was on. And anyway, I'm here now. Everything's wonderful. It's raining outside, and I sent my daughter to school in shorts today. So yay! Huh. Bad mama ward right here. Anyway, so I want to talk to you guys today about pH, your body's pH, alkalinity versus acidity in the body. Okay, so first, I want to clear up a very common source of confusion. Actually, I was really confused about for a long time too. I was like, okay, so I kept hearing like you need good, strong acid in your gut to be able to kill pathogens and digest food, especially protein, and to have enough vitamin B and iron and all this stuff. You need good, strong stomach acid, right? So that makes sense. That makes sense. Stomach acid kills bacteria. Stomach acid kills viruses. It also breaks down proteins, right? Yeah, that totally makes sense. Okay, and we need that. Good. So then I got confused when I started hearing like you needed an alkaline pH in your body. And I was like, wait a second, I thought we needed good acid. Well, here's the thing. Both of those things are true. And your gut and the rest of your body, in this case, are two completely different things. They interact with each other immensely, but the pH in your gut needs to be a lot lower, hence acidic, than the pH in the rest of your body, okay? And that is absolutely possible because we have a lot of foods that we eat that help with acidity in the stomach, but are actually alkaline producing in the body. And here, like the first thing that comes to mind is lemons and limes. They're very acidic, right? You can feel the acid on your tongue when you eat them, but they actually raise the pH in the rest of the body, making it more alkaline. So that's just one example of that. There's other foods that we eat like fiber. Like if you're thinking like just think of like spinach or broccoli. Lots of good fiber that feeds bacteria, and the more we feed our bacteria make an acidic environment in the gut, okay? So the more healthy, good bacteria you have, the more acidic your gut is. And that's a good thing. But those same foods, those same green leafy vegetables create alkalinity in the rest of your body once they're digested. Okay? So they're feeding the bacteria, creating good acidity, more bacteria, right? These are prebiotics. You've probably heard of that word. And so those things are feeding the bacteria in the gut and then making the rest of the body more alkaline. Totally cool, right? Okay, so that's the first thing I wanted to clear up. Our gut needs to be acidic. The rest of our body needs to have a higher pH, more alkalinity, okay? And why do we need an alkaline environment out in the body outside of the gut? Well, this is something that's really important. For proper function of the body, our blood absolutely must and will retain a pH between 7.25 and 7.45. Doesn't sound like a huge range, but it actually is pretty big. Like each 7 point whatever is 10 times different from the one before it, okay? So between 7.25 and 7.45. Hi, Charlie. Nice to see you there. So between 7.25 and 7.45, the alkalinity difference in there is like 20 times more, right? Okay. So if the blood goes out of that range, the body will not function properly. That's going to lead to death. So your pH, absolutely, if you're alive, is between 7.25 and 7.45 in your blood. Okay, your blood pH. But the pH in the rest of the body is going to shift depending on what you eat, what stressors you're exposing yourself to, and what you're dealing with, like physically, mentally, emotionally, okay? All those different kinds of stress. So we want to keep the rest of the body outside of the gut at a nice alkaline level somewhere between 6.8 and 7.2. So the blood doesn't have to steal minerals from the bones to reach its desired alkalinity. Okay? If you have any questions about that, tell me if that makes sense, okay? So if we have an acidic body, we're going to use a ton of energy, which is going to make us fatigued, to keep the blood pH in the right range. And we're going to steal minerals from our biggest mineral sources in our body, which is our blood. So this acid level thing in the body is a big cause of bone issues and joint issues, osteopenia, osteoporosis, okay? It's also a very big cause of like weight gain, fatigue, cancer, gingivitis, and candida too. So see, an alkaline body is oxygenated and it's able to detoxify and heal itself. Cells that are energized like this have a really, really strong immunity to disease and a much lower chance of developing cancer. And so in our fight against IBS and candida, we need to make sure that our pH is at a good alkaline level. It's going to make all of our other efforts that much more impactful. Okay, so I want to talk about what you can do to help alkalize your body's pH. Okay, so you can start by using apple cider vinegar instead of any other side of vinegar. It's alkalizing to the body rather than acid forming. Now that's if you have IBS. If you have candida along with it, don't use apple cider vinegar just yet, okay? If you're fighting candida, because actually any kind of fermentation, including apple cider vinegar, feeds candida. So if you're actually fighting candida actively right now, this first tip isn't for you, okay? Because you don't want to feed your candida. Okay, moving on. Use more lime and lemon in your water, and also switch to brown rice instead of white. Far more alkalizing to the blood. White rice is acidifying, okay? And then you can use sea vegetables everywhere. You can like buy some dulse flakes or kelp flakes and just sprinkle it on your salad or your soups or whatever. Sea vegetables are really, really alkalizing. And then add garlic wherever you can. It works in so many dishes, right? And add a lot more leafy greens to every single meal. Try and find a way to include vegetables even in your breakfast, okay? You can do that by adding spinach or broccoli to your omelet in the morning, or just like do yourself a nice green smoothie. That's, hey mom, what's up? And also reduce your stress levels. Stress all by itself, like you can be eating the best diet ever, and if your husband is driving you crazy and like, pulling your hair out, you're going to have enough stress to have acid everywhere in your body. So try to reduce your stress. Do things like meditate, do yoga, like find ways to deal with your stressors, right? Yeah, so I also, okay, that's all I wanted to say about pH. And I don't see anybody asking me any questions about it right now. So I'm gonna end the conversation about that. Please, if you have questions about it, if you're watching this in the replay, please let me know and tag me in the questions so I'm sure to see them, okay? So I want to talk to you about something that's kind of exciting to me, and I'm probably going to be on here talking about this. I'll definitely be on here talking about this more. I'm developing a membership site, and you may have seen a little questionnaire about that, a survey, because I want to know what you guys are going to find valuable, because it's for you. It's not for me. It's to serve you guys. So I want to know what you guys want in there. And I'm thinking definitely recipes, right? And support from me. So I'm planning to support you in a lot of different ways so that you can just go on there and know every recipe that's in there is going to be good for your candida fight. I'm going to have another section in there with recipes for people who have IBS, things that are like very calming to the gut and very nourishing, and of course raise your pH so that you can be very alkaline and very well set up to fight disease. And I want to know what else you want in there from me, okay? I have a lot of plans, and I just want to support you. I want you to be able to go in there and know that every time, like, it's gonna take away the having to think about what to make for dinner, right? I'm going to have some meal maps in there. I'm going to have groups of recipes for like breakfast recipes, lunch recipes, dinner recipes, and meal maps. So a meal map is something like for the whole week, right? So that you can see, it just takes all the thinking out of it. It's like a whole week's worth of cooking. And I'm going to make sure that you can see how you can cook once and eat up to 3 times, okay? Because, hi Lynette, how you doing? We were just talking about pH in here before, and now I'm talking about this great membership site that I'm developing. So if you have any suggestions in there for what you would want in a membership site, please let me know, or any questions about pH. And if not, then just go ahead and watch the replay, and if you have any questions, then just like post them right here, and be sure that you tag me in them so that I'm sure to see them, okay? So, so I want to be sure that you can like just not even think about, like, I know when you have these dietary restrictions, oh my gosh, no dairy, no wheat, no this, no that, what's left, right? So I want to have on my membership site all the stuff that's left, you know, because there really is so much. When I started eating healthy, it opened up so many doors to me. Like, I mean, I used to just watch or read, eat. I used to just eat basically bagels, waffles, cereal. That's all the same thing, by the way. Bread, sandwiches, sometimes salads, burgers. You know, I mean, that's a restrictive diet, in my opinion. And then when I out dairy and grains, or, well, wheat, then I was like, oh my gosh, what's left? Well, everything. So many things. Like, it's like vegetables, so many vegetables, right? There's so many vegetables that you can eat. And I started eating things that I had never heard of before, like okra and Swiss chard and bok choy. I was eating like all these like beautiful Asian style soups, and it just, oh my gosh, it brings so many possibilities and so many like wonderful textures and flavors. And I just get really excited about eating healthy. Like, I don't know, like, you know, a lot of people look at me and they're like, oh, you don't eat those things. I'm like, yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. I feel like the people who just eat, you know, bread and cereal like I used to for the first like 39 years of my life, they're the ones who have a restrictive diet. That's how I think of it. And I want to make this membership site like that, okay? And I'm tossing around names for it. This is brand new to me, which is why I'm like totally asking for suggestions for what would be valuable to you, which I don't think I'm ever going to stop asking for suggestions about that stuff, because I really want to serve you. But anyway, I'm tossing around some names for it, and I'm thinking it's going to be called Guts and Glory, and the Guts and Glory Galley, because because I'm always talking about my candida warriors and that we're fighters and we're strong and we're gutsy, and so I want to like play on that, and the galley idea is like a galley kitchen, like on a Navy boat, a Navy ship. um so that's the tie-in. That's why galley, and of course the alliteration is fun for me, guts and glory galley. And then eventually, like in a few years, I'm planning on podcast, and then that's going to be Guts and Glory with Lori. And I have to have a shout out to my friend Matthew, because he really helped me come up with that name. Like, it's really sort of all him. So that's what I'm thinking about. Oh, Lynette, you like the name. I'm so glad. Thank you. I hope that yeah. I hope it works. I like the alliteration. I like the Guts and Glory Galley. I like that. So anyway, and it's going to be a place for community and strategy and fortification, right? And so anyway, so if you have any questions about that, any suggestions about what you would like in the membership site besides amazing, fabulous recipes and support, I'm also thinking about doing I'm going to do a monthly coaching call, and I will have prepared subjects in mind that are going to go a lot deeper than I do in here. But I want to include you guys in those. I want to do they're going to be on Zoom, and I really want to try and do hot seats. And what I mean by a hot seat is I'm going to invite someone every month to if I have enough people interested, I'm going to invite someone every month to be in the hot seat and get one-on-one coaching from me, which is really valuable. And far my one-on-one coaching is it's going to be, I charge far more than that I'm going to charge for this membership site, obviously. So it's so valuable, and a really good value for you. And so I think that's going to be in there, and really dig in on some of your personal issues, if you don't mind sort of sharing it with everybody. But I think it's two birds, one stone. You get a lot of really great help when you're in the hot seat, and then the other people watching you cannot feel so alone, because I feel like everyone going through this candida and IBS, I feel like we feel alone. We've got all this inflammation, and the people around us don't seem to understand what it's like to be in that kind of position. And I think in this group and in the membership, I think we can really support each other in that way and make each other feel less alone, so other people watching you go through your coaching with me in the hot seat are gonna see, oh, this person gets it. This person's going through some of the same things, and now I want to be in the hot seat next month. So those are some of my ideas. Shoot out other ideas that you might have. Maybe I made you think of something just now. Please just comment in here and tag me, and make sure that I see it, and I will I'll run with it. Okay. So and in a couple weeks, I'm going to run a challenge in this group. So I'm not sure exactly, I'm tossing around some ideas what it's going to be about. It might be something like a healthy pH challenge, where we'll learn how to test our pH, because that's something, if you're going for a good pH, you should know what it is, right? And there's a really easy way to test it. You can just buy test strips at any drugstore or Whole Foods or whatever. You buy these test strips, and you just first thing in the morning, you put it in your mouth. You can see what your saliva pH is. This is before you would eat or drink anything. And you'd pee on it, see what your other pH is. And that gives you a good idea about what the pH is in your body. And like I said before, we're going for 6.8 to 7.2. That's kind of the average. And And yeah, so we can talk about stuff like that in the group too. So I'm thinking the challenge might be something around that, or something just around like clean eating, because I know a lot of people here in this group are like, I know I have these issues, but I haven't started doing anything about it yet. So then that'll get you jump started. And some people just, would love to have the extra support, and you're already kind of doing something, but it's like great to get some more recipes. And so that'll be part of the challenge as well. So that's going to be in a couple weeks. Keep your eyes open for that. And I think this is it for me for today. I'm going to sign off, and I will see you again soon, guys. Bye. Have a great day.